so much for being here today. We really appreciate your time. I know it's the middle of the day, so we really appreciate that. But we're here to talk about the MPH program or the Master of Public Health here that we have at the College of Professional and Global Education. Just a quick agenda of what we're going to go over today. So we'll be talking about Cal State LA as a whole, and then we will be talking about the College of Professional and Global Education. We'll do a quick overview of the Master of Public Health. We'll be talking about curriculum and admission requirements, program costs, financial aid, and how to apply. Essentially, the important information we're all trying to figure out right now. And then the student services available for you as being a downtown LA student. Then obviously in the end, we will have a Q&A. All right, so California State University, Los Angeles. We are one of the largest universities in the LA area and have been an educational leader for over 70 years. We serve about 28,000 students and we have graduated over 250K alumni. We were also recently ranked as #1 in upward mobility by the New York Times, meaning a lot of our students do come from those first generation low income backgrounds. So through the hard work that they put in, they received a degree with Cal State LA and were able to move upward. We're also nationally ranked in programs in engineering, nursing, business by the US News and World Report. All right, so that's a little bit about Cal State LA now to talk about College of Professional and Global Education, or as we like to call it, PAGE. We are one of, I think it's now 10 different colleges at Cal State LA where we provide flexible, relevant, practical educational pathways that really prepare organizations and the students of and students to serve and succeed in their local global communities. We offer degrees, certificates, professional training programs in the downtown LA area and also the university's main campus. During the 2016-2017 school year, we served about 1,000 students through extended education programming. That's exactly what we are. We are an extension of Cal State LA here in downtown LA. The college also oversees international programs for Cal State LA, including exchange and study abroad for domestic students. All right, and then I will pass the reins over to Dr. Hoffman, who will talk a little bit more about the program.
Great. Thank you, Julian. Hi, everybody. So here you see a couple photos of our lovely students. I think you can tell which ones were taken during the pandemic. And these photos were taken at our showcase event, which we have in the spring, where the graduating students present a poster about their internship experience. So you get to hear all about that. And it's a great event. We have alumni come back, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to see everybody, and then you get to meet new students. So our program format is a cohorted model. That means you will be starting with a group of students, and you will be with them for all of your classes as you go through the program. Our program focuses on serving diverse urban populations. We know that, we're located in Los Angeles. We are training you to serve the various populations of LA or whatever other urban areas you may be from or be interested in serving. So our program is currently 5 semesters. So that means we have one full academic year, fall, spring. Then we have that summer session where you'll take 2 classes, and then another fall and spring, and then you're out of here. During the fall and spring semesters, you would take 3 classes per semester. Those classes are offered each one night a week. So you'd be in class 3 nights a week. And those days are either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And they run from 6:30 to 9:15 during the week. During the school year. During the summer, the classes are a little longer because it's a shorter semester. It's only 10 weeks. So those classes do run 6 to 10. So this is a general roadmap of what our program looks like. So you can see, especially in fall and spring of the first year, you're doing a lot of your basics to kind of understand in general some of the general ideas of public health and what you would need to know just to get a public health degree from any program. So you, by graduating from this program, like I said, you would get a emphasis in urban health, but the degree you get is a general master's of public health. MPH degree that you would be able to use for any professional setting. You'll see a couple courses on here as listed as electives. Technically they're electives, but they're kind of electives that we have decided are useful for you. So it may change, but in general, we've been running with these for a long time. So grant writing and then leadership and community engagement. And the final semester of your senior year, you'll see in the spring that, or your second year, rather, the field experience is your internship. And then there's a culminating project which you're working on, which is generally a paper. So that semester is a lot more in the field and not as much in the classroom. Though you see you do have health communication then. So why our program? For one thing, you get a great deal financially. I think Julian will tell you more about that. Also, as I was saying, we have an urban health focus, and we really do use Los Angeles as your learning lab. So when you're in class, you'll be getting real world examples from different agencies in Los Angeles. You'll be doing projects to learn specifically about LA and its challenges and opportunities. And then something that we're going to be piloting next year, we're very excited about, is we're going to be working with a nonprofit organization, and the various courses in the major are going to be kind of discussing this organization and how we can help this organization kind of develop some of their materials and move to the next level through what you're learning in class. So this organization will be kind of your real life test case for how these concepts that you're learning apply to the real world. Another great reason to choose us is we are a smaller program. Your classes will be about 20 to 30 students, which means there's no hiding. We are all going to know you. You are going to know your classmates. The cohort model means that you are going to become friends with your classmates. They're a great source of support. Students tend to work together to solve problems, to study together, to approach faculty. So you will graduate this program not only with a degree, but with the community as well. So we are an accredited program. What that means is our program has promised that we are fulfilling general MPH requirements. The accrediting body is CEEF, the Council of Education and Public Health. So many jobs do want you to have graduated from an accredited program, so you will know that you have that accreditation on your degree, and that should be helpful for you when you get a job after the program. And in other great news, public health and health education is a growing field. So as the population ages, as we have more people needing healthcare, we also need people to look at prevention and, you know, the various things we do in public health. So public health is an alive and growing field. We have not had any problem with our alumni getting jobs. So people tend to graduate and then they are employed.
All right.
So, and then I think I turn it back over to you now, right, Julian?
Yes, 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 yes. So, all right, everybody. So I know this is one of the biggest questions that we always get. How much does the program cost? What is the tuition of the program? So our cost per unit right now is about $525, and the total tuition cost is about $22,050. Please note that house services, textbooks, parking permits, housing, and other related expenses will not be included. So the total cost about the program is about 22K. Um, all right, so what are the admission requirements? What does it look like to apply for the program for the MPH program? So admission requirement for the program is to have a baccalaureate degree from a regionally accredited institution. You must have had a GPA of 2.5 or higher, though we do strongly recommend having a 3.0 or higher. Through Cal State LA apply, through Cal State apply, this is where you will send your application in for the program. You will need to include a statement of purpose using the writing prompt that we will provide for you to use as well. Your unofficial transcript from all colleges and universities that you've attended, including Cal State LA's, 2 online reference forms from each of the category. One reference must be an academic, and the other one can be academic or professional. If the last degree is over 5 years ago, 2 professional references are allowed. Letters of recommendation may be submitted in addition to the reference forms, but not in place of. It is optional. Another thing that is needed in order to apply is to have a professional resume. You also know that there is an application fee of about $70 at the time of submission, and unfortunately, at this time, there is no waiver for that. All official transcripts from all colleges and universities that you attended must be submitted to the Office of Admissions. Note that if you received your bachelor's degree from Cal State LA, you are not required to submit your official transcript to the Office of Admissions because we already have that. Another thing that I always get asked on is GRE needed for the program? No, the GRE is not required for admission. All right, how to apply. I know I talked about it briefly. You're going to submit an application through the Cal State Apply website. It's super imperative that we choose the right program, the right campus when you apply for the program. So you're going to choose Cal State LA when you submit your application. Then under that, you're going to choose Los Angeles Extension, and then you're going to choose the campus, which is downtown LA as the location of the program. Again, there is a $70 submission uh, at the time of submission. And we also have a detailed overview of the application instructions. Application window opened up on October 1st of this year, and it will close in March 15th of 2025. Apologies on that date, but just know that the application will close on the 15th. The application deadline for sending your official transcripts over to the Office of Admissions is April 5th of 2025. Again, apologies on that. Um, but again, this is where you will be sending over your official transcripts. If you did not attend Cal State LA, we will be sending over to the Office of Admissions for the fall 2025 year, with the deadline being April 5th of 2025. So if you are an international student, you must meet the general admission requirements as well as specific program requirements. We have all that documentation available, but in order to apply, you need to have an English language proficiency exam completed. All your academic records and transcripts need to be submitted. You need to have a foreign evaluation report, and other requested items must also be submitted by the actual application deadline. We will also be sending this in a follow-up. So if you are an international applicant, you will be receiving this information. In terms of financial aid, there are several different opportunities in order to finance your educational journey here with us. Through this degree program, we will accept federal direct loans, whether it be unsubsidized or Grad Plus loans, scholarships. Who doesn't want free money, right? Scholarships are one of our biggest things that we tell our students to apply to. But obviously, this is all based on merit, skill, or unique characteristics. And then we also approve, or not approve, but accept private loans. Know that this does require an established credit record, and then interest rates do vary. But all of this is accepted in order to finance your educational journey or to pay for the program. The FAFSA application for fall 2025 has actually opened up already. I think it opened up a couple of days ago, if I'm not mistaken. But if you haven't done so already, right now is the time to submit your application for that. It's super imperative that we complete the FAFSA application and include the school code for Cal State LA, which is 001140. All of this you can find out where it tells you what school you want to go to. You just search up the school and it should pop up automatically. We also have a step-by-step roadmap of what it looks like to apply for financial aid and complete that process. If you are having any questions or issues or anything like that, we do recommend meeting with our financial aid, one of our financial aid advisor, specifically Tom Lau, who's our assistant director of financial aid, which is his contact right down below. But again, we will be sending this info so that you will have this on hand. All right, so I'm going to talk about what Cal State LA Downtown and what we offer for you guys. So at Cal State LA Downtown, I don't know if you guys know where we are situated, but we're situated right in the heart of downtown. We're right across the street from Whole Foods, CVS, and essentially the block and then the 7th Street Metro Center. We at our campus, we have state-of-the-art classrooms and computer labs. I think we have about 12-ish classrooms, and then we have 2 computer labs. We also have student lounges, and then you also have access to different technology and printers here as well. We have all-day parking for students for $5 or for $4 for every 4 hours after 4 in the building parking structure. So I know that's one of the biggest things that I always get asked at, is there parking? Is there parking? Yes, we have an entire garage full of parking for you guys to utilize. And then a quick overview of the student services that are provided for you guys. Since you guys will be Cal State LA students, you guys will have student services that will be available for you guys. These services will be a huge advocate for university academic policies and procedures. They will be able to draft strategies for success, meeting with students to support their overall well-being of what's happening either at home or in your educational journey. We also facilitate to referrals to other student support services, and then we also have some writing services available. Like I mentioned, we have all the student support services needed in order for you to be successful here at downtown, but also have the ability to use the main campus resources. As a Cal State LA downtown student, you are also a Cal State LA student as well, so you're able to utilize these services at the main campus. For example, the University Testing Center, the Career Development Center, and then the Graduate Resource Center. All of these different centers are available for you guys to utilize while being a student here with us. And then just going back again, we also have a director of student services. So if you do have any further questions or wanting a little bit more extra resources, please reach out to the director or any of your advisors and they'll be able to put you in the right direction. But all right, that looks like that is the end of the presentation that we have on hand. If you do have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Downtown LA Outreach at calstatela.edu. That is kind of our general outreach email address. You have probably received something from me on my end. I do the outreach to most students. So my name is Julian. So if you see anything, don't be afraid to reach out. We are more than happy to help you out in any way that we can. But again, thank you guys so much for being here with us today. We have a couple minutes. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, or anything like that?
Hi, please ask any questions. Oh, go on.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Zainab Iman Kashim. I'm currently a student at Cal State Dominguez Hills. I'm an international student, actually. So, my question was, as an international student on an F1 visa, I have gone to high school here, and I'll be graduating spring 2025. Will I still be required to take the English proficiency test?
So you are currently a Cal State Dominguez Hill
Yes.
applicant, correct?
No,
As long,
I'm
I
going to
mean,
college at Cal State Dominguez Hills, but I graduate spring 2025.
oh, okay. So next year. I think you should be okay considering that your degree awarded was with the CSU system.
Okay. And as an international student, would the application process be the same like you showed us earlier in the Zoom?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay. So I just
it's all
go
the
to
same.
and apply.
Hmm.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there just might be some extra steps. It's gonna ask you like where you received your schooling, but you will receive your schooling here in with the CSU system, so um it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, and I just had one more question. Thank you so much for your answers
Yes,
and
of course.
very informative, the meeting. And my question would be, when would the um references be required? Like recommendations, I saw that there needs to be a letter of recommendations submitted. When would they have to be submitted in the application process? Like when's the deadline?
Okay. Do you mind if I take that? Okay. Basically, our deadline for registering is April, even though applications are open now. So if you have your references, if your application and references are in early, we are going to the new plan is we are going to start reviewing applications as soon as they're complete, at least probably once a month or so. But the very last time to turn them in would be probably that April, I would say April 15th. I think usually they're a little flexible if it's after that, but if you can have your references, get them in definitely by then, that would be the ideal.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions, y'all?
Yeah, I have a question. My name is Marilyn. I have a bachelor's in dental hygiene, and I'm want to do something non-clinical in the future, which is why I'm seeking a master's in public health, to expand my, my outreach without being in the clinical setting. So I am looking into various master's program, and I see a lot of programs that have different um types of master's degree. Like they have masters in like research and public health, but so on and so forth. They have different titles. So I noticed that you guys only have like just one like master's in public health. Like, is there a specific like a reason or why is it only one generalized? How does that differ? Is actually my like the actual question.
Okay, yeah, great question. We are still a fairly young program. We are currently the current students who started in the fall are our 7th cohort. So we are only offer one program because we are still a fairly small program, just in terms of the number of students we take. We like to take the one class in, but we make sure that we give all those students the best experience possible. So we're a smaller program, which is basically why it's just the one focus at this point. But any of those programs, you will be getting what is a general public health education, and then there may be specific concentrations. Ours is technically urban health, but in general, you're getting a master's in public health that would be competitive with anyone else who got an MPH.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. That's kind of what I wanted to know, is specifically like what is it for, and if would it differ if I apply with you guys versus applying with another program with a different focus. But yeah, it's good to know that it's a generalized master's program.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, any program that's accredited, you're going to be getting basically, I think there's 5 or 6 subjects that are required from every master's program. And then every program's just going to have a couple other things. But honestly, it's all just about geared towards you thinking critically and understanding public health and how it works in the community. So any program you go to, you should be well equipped.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Gabriela. I have a question regarding the writing prompt. So I did review. There's a couple of questions there. I just want to confirm if all of the questions needs to be addressed in the statement of purpose.
I think what we have there, it tends to be fairly general in terms of a statement of purpose. So honestly, I'm not recalling the exact wording right now, but we're looking to learn a little bit about you. We use the essay to see that you're a good fit for the program. Because honestly, if someone's got a 4.0 and they're fantastic, but they write an essay about how they really want to do hospital administration, then this probably isn't the right fit. So we want to get from your essay kind of, who are you, what are you about, what is it you want to do, and is this a good fit for you as far as that? The other thing that should definitely be in your application is if there's any inconsistencies with your grade, or you had maybe a rough semester, or you had a rough start, anything like that that you can kind of explain and let us know is useful. Because unfortunately, we do have to look at grades, and it's mostly because we want to make sure that you have the skills to allow you to survive in a master's program, quite honestly. So we totally understand that sometimes people's grades may be a little lower for one reason or another. And as long as they can kind of explain that, it's very helpful to us, because we do want, you to succeed. So anything you can tell us about that is kind of useful in the essays. But otherwise, I think as long as you kind of write a general essay, you should be in good shape.
Thank you. I just wanted to confirm. I do see there was a limit of 500 characters, and so I was trying to see how to condense to, address every question. But I think, what you just explained made sense to me. Thank you.
Okay, great. I think it might be 500 words. I could verify that, but yeah, that sounds good. Michaela, I know you've tried to talk a bunch of times, so why don't we let you go?
I just have a quick question. I might have missed it in the beginning, but this program is just completely in person, right? Like it's not hybrid or online or anything?
I mean, we've listed a lot of our courses as hybrid, and honestly, there may be times when it is run where there'll be weeks off or weeks where you're told to work with your groups separately. So there may be some hybrid sessions, but you will be in class often.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we are just about out of time, but are there any other questions? And also remember, your question is not silly, whatever it is.
I had one. I had one last question.
Great.
So my goal is to become a medical practitioner or a diagnostician, and I believe like the master's program will like equip me with a deeper understanding of social determinants of health to give a more holistic patient care. So my question was that I did notice on the list that there are electives offered, and I wanted to ask how flexible is the program in terms of choosing electives or customizing learning paths?
That's a great question. We have not, as of now, done a lot of customizing of classes. Now, that doesn't mean if there was a class that was really exciting to you that you wanted to take, we can certainly work on, substituting that in for one of the electives.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, I had a one last question. So I did took a screenshot of the classes that hours, sorry, that we would be needed to attend, which I believe was Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And those classes are all in person, so it's not like through Zoom or anything like that.
In general, our courses are in person. Every class may be taught hybrid. So sometimes, I know, especially during the summer, there's at least one course where it's offered where there'll be several weeks off where you'll be doing either Zoom or working with a group. So there are some hybrid times when we do go hybrid, and we'll have you at home. But in general, yeah, it is an in-person program.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any last dying questions?
I have a question. For the references, is there like a specific type of, I guess, format that the person writing it has to follow, or I guess certain topics that they need to cover, or if that's in the application? I don't know. Might be a dumb question, but
Not a question at all. If you are getting a reference from an academic setting, so if you're getting a reference from one of your faculty members, trust me, we've done this a million times, so we know what needs to be in there. So that will never be an issue. We kind of know what to write. If you're getting it from a professional source and they're wondering, basically, we're looking to understand, I guess, a little bit about you, who you are in that setting, how do you function in that setting. Strengths and weaknesses are always useful to say, but it's general stuff. We're not looking for anything too specific. So if you if someone really wanted to know and just Googled how to write a letter of reference and turn that in, that would be fine.
okay, thank you.
All right, y'all. We are out of time for right now, but if you do have any further questions, please don't be afraid to reach out. We will be sending a follow-up email with all this information. So thank you again so much for taking the time out of your day to be able to meet with us today. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the week.
Yes, thank you. I just put my email in the chat. Have a fantastic rest of your week and a nice Thanksgiving next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Julian, that was fantastic.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
I was like, oh no, I tried calling you right now. Like I looked up your team's info. I called you and then
Click it. I don't know what happened. I'm sitting here and every other time it just logs right in and it was telling me to register.
oh dang, I hate when that happens.
So
But yes, let me know if I need to change anything. More than happy. But yes, thank you so much for joining me today.
great. All right. Have a great
All
rest of
right.
your
Yes, you as well. Bye-bye.